Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Level 2 roaming onto bot side. Really want to crush this down. If they hit the level 2 and they get the level up, this could be huge. The heals come through. Flash away from the root, but Doomby might just be able to get something else. No. That's a swing and a miss from Doomby. Tried to go for that legendary level 2 roam. Signed and certified by Huhi's Aurelion Sol. But there's not just the one person roaming, there's another one. Aki goes into the enemy jungle, steals a buff, and looks for the knockup. Gets the knockup on from his 3-talent strike, and takes down missing for first blood. NIP's mid lane and then jungle, both going to bot lane. So good for him. Slow lands, handshake lands, and PPGod doesn't have any summoners. This is Kalista Gaming. And it's just you say, well, it's not looking good for JDG, strategy, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's got a plan. They're a little bit afraid of Galio covering them, I think. Covering that side of the map, maybe. So you want to group up and force. Look how much difference it makes having, one, the earlier lane, the plate taken, but then also the grubs on it, too. Almost the whole team of JDG wailing on this top tower, and they will be able to play in this one. However, leaving PPGod getting gold for themselves, they won't be unhappy with that, given how the aim of the game is to survive the early Kalista early game. Early Kalista early game. Wow. I said early twice, so it's got to be early. Split on the camera. As we see that first tower go down in the top side. Towards the ADG, that'll be towards their feats of strength. However, the Kalista trading with the Nico and the Kai'Sa, I don't think that's awful for NIP. As long as that gold number doesn't get... Why does Kai'Sa have this bit? What? Leave is in the kitchen. Aki's in this red buff. 3 members walking towards him. Lethality Kai'Sa. I have not seen that one. Leave. The walk up PPGod. I think they thought that was Kai'Sa flying in towards Pays, who jumps away from the player, and now suddenly PPGod caught, but there we get the Galio ult coming through. Lots of disengage, not an awful lot of actual kills coming through. Missing goes further forwards and has a big old ultimate too. Everyone pulling out all of their abilities, but no one died just yet. Aki wants to change that, but is knocked out of his W by Arla's chase. Leave on the lethality Kai'Sa, starts to pop up though, and the damage rains down 1 for 1. As the Xin Sao goes down, Shun still has HP as the Scout. I think JDG think they can continue the fight, and Flick Black confirms that to be so. Arla tries to throw in a skill shot, but isn't needed. Scout takes out another kill. Kashanji starts to go into his unstoppable onslaught and goes down all the same. Double kill to Scout, who continues the play, and JDG come away of this early game. Dragon is up. 1 Dragon to NIP already. 5-1 in the grub score. Leave has his ultimate again. PPGod going very far forward. Missing does have flash, and Scout has it too. He flashes out of the Nico ultimate, and we get another big play. I mean, Doomy's flashing forward, gets a 4-man top, but where is the damage? Scout is down. That definitely helps that the Kalista is alive and starts to rend set. That's a massive hostile takeover, as you've just fought into the perfect Kalista team fight. Triple kill already. Can he get more? He can get himself maybe one more as the bailout comes through. It's not his, but it'll be for his team, and he gets himself the reset. Shanji tries to get a last kill. Quadra kill for Pays. There's JDG run rampant in the early game. Choke point time after time. Quadra kill for the Kalista makes this so hard to play out now. I don't think you can close down the Kalista. You have 3 melee champions and a diving bot lane as well of the Nico and the Kalista and the Kai'Sa. Shanji's caught out on the side lane. No flash here. He'll go down. Easy kill. As JDG starts to open up the map. Arla snacks that with a shock blast. Yeah, he did all the hard work. You take that kill. Galio pushing alone in topside. Arla stole the Penta. Pays will feel hard done by with that one. Doomby trying to get something open up on the map. Oh, NIP. They've had a dynamic game. They've thought about where to attack the map. Ganking bot lane early, try to shut down the Kalista, moving around the map. Aki having a good set of early pathings, but NIP, they've chosen poor fights now. They have chosen poor fights. You cannot fight into... I'm being slightly facetious. Doomby, he's caught out a little bit here. Has no flash, has an ultimate, can use either to get out, might be able to do something aggressive instead. Remember, he has a bit more damage than a regular Galio, manages to hit his W and his Q. But there's a lot of people on top side, and you have to stop the Kalista. Here comes the Shinzao, but that's not a dead Kalista. That's just a half-health Kalista. The flash forward from the Nico might change that, though. Damage coming through, but Paze is still alive. He has a bailout on him, and he might need to use it. It comes through, but you need to get him down twice. You got a double tap, and they can't manage that. It's currently a 2 for none, and JDG clean up 1, yes. Skarner goes down, but it's a triple kill for Scout this time. He gets involved with the kills mightily. NIP, once again, cannot close down the Kalista in good time, and they fall by the spears. As Javelins getting pulled out by the Rens. By the way, they are Javelins if you throw them. Just technically it's a throwing spear as Javelin. But whatever. JDG will take themselves a tower in the mid lane. NIP, credit for them to trying something different. Has not worked though. JD's the Scout's on the roster. Scout, a very popular player here within the LPL, being both a Worlds winner and a multiple LPL time champion. And what happened in draft that they ended up with a full dive comp versus the best anti-dive comp you've seen? Well, they gave over the Skarner first pick, and they picked over Shinzao Galio very early on. And then after that, it felt like they didn't respond very well to the picks. Aki barely missing out on that, barely dodging out on that skill shot, the handshake. Shanji on topside might get slammed into wall. Has a W. Is that going to be enough? I don't think so. Ult's over. Goes all out. Gets him to safety, but flash and ult down. Shanji, the Kashanji has not really been a classic one. PP God, well, congrats for him for cosplaying as what he actually is this game. The caster minion. I say that's a bit harsh. Wow. So you still get the full duration of the bailout to work with. Clouddragon's going to get started up. I don't think JDG really need a soul to win this game. They'll just take it anyway because it's on the map and there's nothing better to do. Was it Shiv Essence Reaver? No, it wasn't Shiv. Anyway, we saw like a higher AD item first going towards the 3M spike. I mean, Kalista could be... Hang on a second. That's teleporting. Can I get some good damage down there? No, he can't. Maybe he turns around for a shock blast. Aftercan started up. And they have the Rend. Now, this is where the game could go wrong, if anywhere. NIP need to choose a second angle for the team fight. You can't take this down the front and center. I think this is so dangerous going into the Renata like this. JDG pull back a little bit. A lot of Rend stacks. They want to just make sure they stick up. Keep those Rens on target. It's going to reset, but they want to keep that pin cushion stacked up if they can. Get a Q on target. That keeps the Ren stacks available. How many stacks is on this damn thing? So many stacks. NIP. Watch the stacks fall off now. Scout is pushing mid lane. That's why they don't care about this. They have the 5 grubs. They can go towards this NIP. They see this being leashed. It would be the GA. That's how it goes down. Does Scout want to teleport into the play? I wonder if JDG are cooking a little bit too hard. Shanji goes in. Does he have the all out? He might need to use it at some point. Goes in. He goes down, though, before the GA comes through. It will be GA claimed by NIP. Do they find themselves a better fight? Scout is here. Doesn't land the combo, and they get the play on to Paze. The shotgun doesn't land. It's not the best Renata ult ever. They do get the Kalista down. Remember, they have the GAs. This is a better fight for them, but Scout is still alive and doing damage. Can they win the fight with the Kalista down? I'm not actually sure. I think the Kalista being down is a big difference, but the Talia is still looking good. They do get 2 more kills, though, and maybe that's the difference. Scout alive. He can try and do all the killing tower himself. Scout has the flash. Will look to try and claim the rest of those withdrawals, and he will do. Scout doesn't need an AD carry for this one. NIP blow all of their cooldowns onto Paze, but can't finish off Scout. That hard-earned more damage than you expect. Less tanky, more damage. Doesn't have the Rod of Ages, but this is the same build without it. Didn't want the slower stacking item of the rower. Dragon's gonna get taken. JDG only gonna be on 3 dragons though. Soul point, yes, valuable, but not the end of the game. Baron spawned. Feels a lot later than Baron spawn. Remember, folks, that NIP. Baron started up. Doinby pushing towards bot side, gets that objective bounty, and teleports immediately into the play, choosing not to go back to base as an early Shinzao ult pulled through. That'll help with the tank, but that's an important tool down. Down has to flash out of the Impale, and Paze. Now that's a problem. Under half HP. Did we got the shotgun? That W could have killed. Oh, Leave could have killed Paze just there. That skill shot looks so innocent, but that could have killed Paze. Leave. In a point now where you can just jump onto Paze and go absolutely wild. Each of these Ws flying towards Paze could be the start of something absolutely huge. We know fights too. A flash, Protobelt, Nico ult could change so much. Ward spotted out. Will be swept away there. Doinby Not that tanky worth noting. So many goddamn pings on the map as Scout splits the team, and that is a court. Shin's out. That's important. The poke hasn't come through, and the jungler is dead, but Derby's blown in anyway. Yes, it's a good taunt, but how much does it matter? 5-man Pop Blossom maybe makes the difference, but where's the DPS? Where's the damage coming through from him? I come from Leave. Flies into the backline and takes down Scout, but he's the only member alive left in the fight now as Derby has had to leave stage right, and the Kai'Sa can't get it done. Yes, it's a good Galio ult. Yes, it's a good Nico ult, but they don't have the staying power. JDG pick off the jungler, pick the team fight, and will win themselves the Barrett off of this too. NIP needed more poke. They needed more time. JDG didn't give it to them. Derby over the wall. Hang on a second. That's a lot of damage. The Bloodletters goes. Hang on a second. The Baron's doing a lot of work there. Needs to be careful. There is a bailout. And suddenly Derby over the wall. I missed that on the other side of the fight. But as we come back to live, Shanji, oh, he's had a difficult game, hasn't he? 0-5 on the Cassante, which he's made his name on so many times. The Impale misses, Scout goes forwards, and PP God tries to get the Pop Blossom back. Doesn't catch Pays, but he catches 2 others. Scout has the bailout onto him, and there'll be a flash forwards, but the Kalista keeps hitting. The Kalista continues to hit. 2 kills from now, keeps rushing forwards into the play. I think NIP might have made a mistake leaving this AD carry to free fire, and indeed they have. They kill off one of the carries, but they can't get both of them. I say that Pace does go down eventually. NIP have 2 alive. It ends up being a 3-for-3 all things by a Kai'Sa W, I suppose. Kind of hard to keep track of everything. So messy fights. The Impale not getting value onto Aki. Scout with not the best play either. PP got great return ultimate. What the hell happens here then? Well, Leaf goes in for a massive shot. Really big damage though, and that can be more than enough. The Umbral Dave helping clear through those wards. Baron getting started. Where does the W come through? Arla spots out. The wall come through to split the team. No way across it. Baron cleanly taken. NIP, do they look for anything more? They have the Galio ult, but they don't have Kai'Sa with her ultimate anyway. You can't proc pass off 2W anymore. Stacks last 4 seconds for a second W to essentially just one-shot you when you get below half HP. That Shadow Flame giving you that insta-crit of your passive is very, very nasty. And of course the W if you're below that HP as well. Gives you an extra. You can focus one of them. Can you get both? Arla not necessarily been able to be a DPS carry in the same way. Hard for him to jump into melee range. W lands onto Scout. That's important. That's a great Impale, but it's traded for the Shinzo ultimate. PP God has an ultimate. Is that going to be able to be used? Flashes forward, but will he die? No, he won't. Yes, he does, and he doesn't get the carries he needs to, and the fight becomes a fracas. Leave has his ultimate. When is that going to be used? Good damage coming through. Can Leave carry the fight? Pays and goes in and takes down his opposing number. Gets himself so much damage, and another quadra kill will be claimed for the AD carry of JDG. NIP brought it out to the late game, but couldn't dance with the Kalista. Inhibitor down, Nexus down, JDG started well, had a fumble in the mid game or 2, but will claim the first Nexus in NIP's home ground of Shenzhen. Very different draft for NIP. Great tools against the dash and engage of JDG. You throw the Nautilus ult, you throw the... Alrighty. Split map, Aki on top side. Shun on bot side. No audio for our top side here. Dive into the bot side and Shun Q flashes his Vi, gets good value there as Arla stays alive in top side. The electrocute build on Lissandra. People even talk about Lissandra being okay for a little while. See what happens here. Oh, Charm lands even through the dogs, goes forwards. Electrocute comes through from Scout. Like he has to back off. Fight over our topside river, topside jungle rather. PP God goes forwards. Derby has the level 6. He can flash ult and he chooses to go onto the Vi. Great damage coming through, but will it be enough? Remember, you get the Lissandra passive, and that's exactly what happens. Missing goes down 2. Now you have 2 frozen thralls wandering about the place. Scout's going to get damaged by perhaps the last of them. 2 ult stacks left. Will be able to get out safely. Swaps around the map. Shanji spots Shin taking this. Level 6 to level 6. Gets the shield. Good damage early on. Uses the W, but I think... Is kind of scary. 5 seconds on the W. Shanji would need to use that. Is there a flash Q available? Yes, there is. Goes in. Locks up for the Ambassador. Does dash out to a minion. The ults had to be forced through, but they will get themselves the 2v1 onto the Poppy. charm onto the Alistair blind as the brush. Scout, of course, stack up that Rod of Ages. Happily will do so. Feels like there's a play coming through. Multiple teleports. It's time to disengage now, and everything flashes out. Thinks he knows that the play is starting to dissolve a little bit. Charm under the tower. Remember, this Shanji doesn't have himself an ultimate. It's going to be very powerful, though. You have Alistair to tank the dive, and he's starting to pull up. The ultimate takes aggro. There goes the Lissandra ult. Lefiri goes through with the ult reset, and both of them start to pop off. It'll only be the one kill, likely. And indeed it is. Scout jumps forward. The aggressive combo from NIP getting value there. Well, goodbye, fellow warrior. You've served me well. But in a Rice, it won't work at that point. It doesn't clean out stuff from the internals of it. Rice sucks up moisture, but not from actual inside. Things missing. Goes forward to the Hex Flash. Doesn't land the hook, and Poppy ult misses too. That means it will come down to a smite fight, and it's won by Shun. Arla's not into the fight yet, but can go in with the public execution. A bullet time gets a lot of damage down. First kill of the fight goes to NIP, though. And Better ult misses. Arla not able to get into the play in the way he wants to. Dombey ults defensively, but Shun is still alive. There's no Lissandra ult now, and now the Ahri can start resetting. Instead, it's a 3-for-2 currently as damage starts to come through from Lee, but he can't finish up the fight in the way that he would have liked. Aki, what more mobility he's got? He's got himself a flash. Has to flash away from the scout combo on the other side. Leave going in. Arla tries to kill him back. The Repudiate. Not able to save his life, and it'll end up being, what, a 3-for-3 both sides? Dragon goes to J. Arla and Shun taking the bot side turret. Of course, they lost the first tower of the game. So NIP have that feat of strength. Rod of Age is almost maxed out for Scout. I actually think Doomby gets away... The thing is, getting a slightly later Rod of Ages can be important. If it gets you from level 15 to 16 instead of level 14 to 15, it'd be a big difference. There is a teleport ward. Here comes Ahri. Aki, how quickly is he going to have to blow his W? Ults and flashes to secure the combo before the Nefiri presses W. Insanely well played from Shun. Means that the Nefiri counter can't go untargetable. Scouts over the wall and starting to do damage. Misses the Q, but has 2 stacks hit. Does he go forwards again? Has one more charge of that ultimate. Hook lands with the tower standing. Hard to dive a little bit further. I think Scout maybe could have got more damage down there, but they'll take the 1 for none, which opens up the tower. Great play from Shun to get the kill onto the Nefiri. His Vi on point. The Haunting Guise increased damage in combat now as well. It's one of the big changes to tree damage in general, is that it does actually get increased by increased damage. Hex Flash over the wall. PP God goes on to Arla. Doesn't have himself ult. Does have a Repudiate. Hook lands onto the Corki, but he stands and fires. Leave's been a hell of a good player for this roster. Leave, good damage onto Aki. What's this going to do? Doesn't have his ult. Lands himself a hook onto Leave, but he's left himself open to be reset onto by Lissandra. The throws and stalls start coming through. Missing goes down. Not the best game from him. His hooks have been mixed. All ends up doing is really... giving NIP more damage through Lissandra's passive. Dragon up on the table. That's what they were all tussling over. Scout has his ult back up now. Is spotted on vision. NIP used that Lissandra ult in that last play, though. That's important for them. That Lissandra ult being down is a big thing. Dragon in a minute. That's what we've been angling towards. Shanji on a flank. Could flash over the wall. Could also go for hang on a second. That's going on to Paze. He has the cleanse, has the flash, and Shanji flashes in, but not before Phase flashes out. Nefiri goes straight onto the AD carry, and Arla misses his ult. Paze is punted out, and it means he ends up living. The bleed doesn't kill him. And I wonder if NIP have now missed their opportunity. Scout goes forward, spots out PP God. And NIP just need to retreat. The W has ran out for Poppy. Scout could have flashed forward for a charm. Paze somehow lives. Somehow lives. The Poppy ultimate does the extra damage, I suppose, but Hayes ends up living. Shanji's ultimate doesn't save his jungler. arguably saves the AD carry's life. Maybe that one's a bit... I think he would have died. I don't think he would have died anyway. The actual damage on Poppy, of course, probably makes up for one last auto from the Theory. Fighting the enemy's red buff now. Oh, Charm lands onto the Alistar. Does have his ultimate. Is that going to be enough? The Nautilus Assault comes through. There is an Ignite from Missing, but he chooses not to drop it, interestingly. Would have thought it would have been quite important in play like that. Another Charm lands. Great accuracy from Scout. Shun goes into the Poppy W. That's not what you want to see, but Pays is around for the double up. Leave is the best damage on the board, though. Shun doesn't get a Poppy W onto it this time, though, and it's a flash out from Scout instead. Neferi's back into the play. Is there another Charm? Is there anything left? No, there isn't. Aki has himself a reset, and that could be a problem. Scout has a Charm, though, and the Fury is put down. Scout saves the play for JDG. Scout, incredible plays from him. No smite now. This would be Soul for JDG. That's why it's so powerful, and this Charm hits onto Poppy. Derby has ult. He might be able to reset onto Shun, but they have another ult. The passive comes through. The Conqueror comes through. Double kill for Scout, and PP God is just out of damage. Shun outplays, Scout outplays, JDG get themselves the Infernal, and NIP are left broken. Play happens. Missing doesn't choose to use his Ignite. I think that might be a mistake given how important this phase of the game is. Leave gets a lot of damage down. Fighting in the Lysandra passive as well. I thought that would have made the difference, but Shun gets a second Q over the wall. First one was, of course, blocked by the Poppy W. Atkan going down in picture. That should probably be the series now, folks. Now gets a double Q onto Doombi and onto Shanji. Baron's going down now, but JDG have an Infernal Soul buffed up by Ruinous Atkan. PP God goes forwards. Remember that the Infernal Soul gets an extra 25% damage now on top of the actual stats they're already getting, and that means you have a lot of damage. The bullet time is a great example of that. Scout gets to go forwards and starts to reset. NIP, it will not be a Cinderella story for them on their new arena in Shenzhen. They will not be walking away with a victory. They will have been swiftly 2-0'd by JDG. In this second game, Scout will walk forwards. The Baron, which NIP started, will be going towards their opponents instead. Tau taken in the mid lane, Baron taken in the top side of the map. All members going to be wearing the Hand of Baron. 3 items going to be hit probably across the board now after the gold they've just earned from everything across the map. That could have been dangerous there. 2 levels up in doing that. And having the Rod of Ages means that Lysandra can't one-shot you nearly as easily. Scout and Spirit Blossom skin. Leading them to the Afterlight, jolting forwards, and there goes the Vi. There is Lysandra onto the Ari. It just doesn't matter. Punted out of the play, though, that might matter some more. There's a GA onto the Vi and goes in for an extra Q. A great bullet time from Pays allows him to clean up the fight. Scout has himself one last ult charge to get back into the play, courtesy of Poppy Airlines. Inhibitor goes down. Triple kill for Pays to add on to the 2 quadras he had in game 1 as JDG, even though they're not on home turf, making this seem like their own. The Rift is theirs today as they finish off this series 2-0, and we'll wait for our second series of the day.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Oh, hang on. Jump, auto! Oh my days! They both got the kill. I think Rise just about got... Yeah, you are a dead man. Level 6 for Hoya. Oh, this is just not going to be playable. There's the barrier early. Tries to buy some time. There's no room to flash. Dies a horrible death. Bejuan gets out. Nice dive from Thundertalk Gaming. And thus horrors were wrought, not in the mid lane. No spoilers from LCK, please watch they adapt spoiler free. That's super fair forfeit. The reason I'm not saying anything. But yeah, if we can, try not to spoil other leagues in here, because obviously other people are making some choices. So, setup. Gets a fair amount of time here on these turrets. Bejuan's back towards these grubs. Dragon's up, so I'm assuming we'll see Shadow. And we do on the other dragon.
Alright, set up, in danger, gets jumped on. That's going to be a fair amount of damage back. He gets the phase rush away, but to what end? Bait one here, but a little late. The teleport's not going to fly on through. Feather. Lots of plates down. They got 6 grubs now, so I think start claiming a few of these last plates in the last 40 seconds, though, could be pretty scary. How much damage is Sheer doing on the other side? Flash for the charm. Feather now in danger. Baseline jumps on the other side. The bullet time is absolutely mental, but Assume gets the kill regardless. Looking for the Realm Warp angle as Shadow has to back away on the other side. They pick up the Kai'Sa. Dwayne now in danger, also falls. Sheer going to try and race for that turret. Can they get a Wind Becomes Lightning as the might spawn? Buy themselves some time. That's going to leave Shadow out to try a TP out from Care. Means they're going to try and rush for some mid lane damage, and I think Shid should still get this turret bot side, and they do. That's first turret then for FPX. Damage still onto Shadow, who will surely fall. Gets himself a bit of a blast shield. They're still going to trade out as 1XM picks that kill up. Nicely done for Thunder Talk Gaming, who get the turret as well. Very scary. Feather couldn't quite find the angle. Hexgate behind. No, sides against it. Oh yeah, now barrel rolls. A barrel into the little choke point. Little dink onto Sheer. Herald being considered. Dwayne steps on forward, still has the ultimate to work with, and pulverizes, but to what end? He's now in danger as the ult's about to time out. Will headbutt Feather away, but I don't think he can get out. Shadow trying to get into the pit to steal it, can't do. Maybe forced to flash on out himself. It's in a 1v1 with Base Runners on the other side. The Rune Prison alongside that bullet time did so much work. Shadow caught in the pit, will go down, and Thunder Talk are walking all over FPX. Nice. And it is a Hex Soul, and we've seen in this meta, Drakes tend to trump grubs. However, TT have used it already well with the Herald. They've already got, still has 1 charged up, but that means this turret is falling. There's no way around it with 6 grubs as well. It be done. How far do they want to push this? And do they want to send someone to stop Sheer? Care has no ult, so his actual threat here is relatively limited. And he's gone for the rower build, so his damage at this point, not fantastic. He's at least finished the rower in terms of its stacking. Shadow onto one side, TP in. In they go. Into goes Assume as well. 1xN in danger. Fantastic pulverized. Holy moly, Dwayne. That was wicked. Setup's going to have to run away. Oh, another pulverized. Dwayne. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Dwayne, take your hat off. FPX have to come into you. And yes, Alistair can do that. But I think it's less fun. Yeah, but these points are moot. They've got Bomber. That's fair. Hang on, we've got to pay attention to these Dragonflight. Alright. Kerwin looking for an ult, doesn't find it. Actually, this ult needs to get used soon, or it's going to be a bit problematic. Ari, can you find an angle? Dragon down to half. To be soul point for FPX. Can Baitron get in? We'll look for the angle. Doesn't secure it. Smite by Shadow. Good work. Charm onto Bait. Onto the backside. If they're going to get some damage on his way, he will surely fall. Does so. Flash Wind becomes lightning. Bullet time isn't fantastic. And that gives him space for Shadow to go forward. He got Rune Prison as he went looking for the QSU to the backside. He gets knocked up. And that is the problem for FPX. Nowhere to roam. As in comes the Realm Warp. A triple kill for 1XN. Access denied. FPX, every diver gets stuffed individually. Shadow was already caught though, so I think he was saying, look, I just have to go into the backside and try and set up for Assume because I'm dead anyway, because he got caught by the spell flux and the Rune Prison was coming. So I think that's probably his thought process. Which is not necessarily always enough to deal with the Rise if he's got phase rush and stuff. You kind of start missing some skill shots. You've got quite a short range comp on the Rise. You start brawling a lot. Holy moly. Shadow, how did you get caught out? That's another holy moly for the counter. And that's surely Baron. That's a smite down. Oh, no. How did he get there? What? Oops. No, in and of yourself. Now with Roa, Seraphs, and Zhonya's, who is killing this Ryze in a decent timer? Like, it's going to be very tricky. There's that turret that caused them so much strife earlier gone. Okay, engage. FPX into the backside. Assume is down. There's a big Rune Prison onto Sheer. My days, Rune Prisons again. Every time. Double body slam means there's more going down. You finally get the Gragas, but at what cost? It's a triple to Bejuan. They were looking for the engagement. I don't blame them. Trying to break this shot, but that might actually just be game. Care has to find value here. Or with the mites, they've got 6 grubs. I think Thunderdog could just walk this in. Oof. They can't quite end the game, or they decide not to. They're going to Hexgate out with a... Setup, gonna get a TP coming on in, but there's a Zhonya's, and that's now imposing FPX to back away. They've teleported themselves, and I don't think Sheer wants to be there! And Realm Warp afterwards, they can keep chasing. They send the Nautilus forward. Bejuan, I apologize, who's now really deep himself, throws out the Crescent Guard, buying a lot of time. Feather, with that Riptide, slows everyone down. Now Dway's in danger, knocked up. Will try and buy some time with the Unbreakable Will, but much like Future Armor, they can indeed break the spirit. On towards our inhibitor turrets, and the inhibitors we go. Carrot assume must try and wave clear here, but with what? With what? Waves come crashing on him. Final inhibitor turret dropped. Final Nexus turret dropped. Rune Prison into bullet time meter soon drops too, and the Nexus soon after. Thunderdog Gaming, crisp team fighting. There isn't. Your Yoni and Ken are going to have to really pull their foot, throw their bodies into the grinder. And that can be risky versus Ascana and Leona. Nothing super scary at the level 1 here. Shadow clearing towards his top side. Been a very standard clear. Bejuan doing the same. Hey, Harold with nearly 2 years. Thanks for the sub. Feather actually now in danger. Oh my days, how did he take so much damage? Exhaust now comes on down to Assume, who cleanses very early. Flash for the daybreak, can't quite find it. Looking for the stun, still finds it. Damage onto Assume is huge. FPX lose their AD carry, and 1xN gets out to safety. Nice 2v2, and that's after Feather took all the damage to begin with. He still had... And on to the grubs we go. FPX will pick those up. We'll trade up the grub, even up the grub mark. TT going to come fight this. 1xN in a position, potentially a position to do so. So TT here enforced, but so are FPX. Looking for an angle. Glacial Prison lands onto Feather. Then the Magnus Storm. Gorgeous from FunPlus Phoenix. They turn around decently, though, with the Impale, but it's just not enough. The damage isn't there. Care's still alive. Shadow flashing out to safety. Aurora gets one, but a knock-up from Care in the back of the pit means Hoya's down as well. 3 dead for Thunder Talk. Nearly 4. They get 2 back in trade at the very least. Wait, hang on, Setup just hops on in as the bunny. He's got a Quadra. Wait. Can he pick up Assume as well? Surely not. The other minute Penta. Can't quite do it. Setup, where did he come from? And you're thinking that's still a 3v1. But then he just gets a Q into the E, and those health bars are too low. They're tanking the grubs as well, which could be quite obnoxious at this point of the game. That is now 8 stacks on the Dark Seal. This bunny is off to the races. Exhausted. Thundertalk find themselves in a fantastic position now this game. This Bunny Rabbit could be really problematic. Can't quite get the passive proc on top of everything else. In comes the Between Worlds. Setup hit with the Fate Sealed. Huge shutdown, crash down after. Feathers coming over, but to what end? The Impale is there. They'll Gander Zenith Blade, but to what end, actually? Because they've already got the Impale. It's not really layering up that CC very well. Assume now here, Hoyle also around. But what extent is it? The damage is gone. They lose 2. FPX now corralling people under this tier 1. 1xN looking to come over and play this. You've got no TPs to come and get involved. There's the curtain call. They're going to try and all in regardless as the Fate Sealed is used. Not the Fate Sealed. The curtain call comes on down. Slicing Maelstrom is there. And the damage is too much for Thundertalk to deal with. Thundertalk by name, but unfortunately, Slicing Maelstrom's a little bit too much of their namesake to handle. Massive win for FPX. How on earth does Setup get called? It's a control of their own, but you can see they're pinging on that control wall. They can definitely go for a deep flank here if they want it. Cares debating it. Steb will TP in just to the mid lane. Setup gets a decent chunk of Joy over the wall. That means the Rel down at half HP to begin with. This Bunny Rabbit could be a threat, but the last player in this space was Scary. Feather doesn't quite have the permafrost locked on. Setup still off vision, still Scary goes across the Veil. Chunk again onto Dway, who has to crash down away from danger. The shield will time out. You imagine. Deadly Flourish comes across. And Herald now in danger. Hoya looking for an angle. They get the Glacial Prison though! Driven onto the wall, into a big ult, onto the Yone means they die. The Slicing Maelstrom is decent. The Setup tries to escape but can't quite do so. Across the Veil, not enough. Sheer flashes to secure it. But they're now split up. What can this cannon with no ultimate do? Knocked into the wall. Base 1 still tanky. 1xN beginning to unload. Shadow in danger. Trying to get some damage back. Base 1 survives. Definitely Flourish just shy. Gets a Bastion shield. Now she is in danger. Lightning rushing back in. 1xN flash into the pit. But will be force-shotted with the flash by the Jhin. Now the Hoya trying to get some damage down. Will Drakehound step with the Repudiation. Deadly Flourish goes wide. No bullets available for Assume means that with a cunning swipe, Jhin falls. Ends up being an extended 5 flashes of Kennen and Sejuani, and that flank is swiftly pounced on. But killing off the Aurora is all well and good, but she's already used her ultimate. You're already going to lose quite a lot of damage. Base 1 surviving here is big. Sheer's going to die. We'll get a decent amount of damage back, and then 1xN flashes away as the 4-shot was available. And Assume will flash to secure the kill. The problem is he's then 2 already claimed for FPX. It's worth noting. But a second dragon was secured by Thundertalk. That'll help even up the gold somewhat. It does so. Setup is really deep here. He needs to go across the Veil. He doesn't have flash. Between Worlds we go. But he's still going to get slowed. There'll be a Glacial Prison. I think Setup's just dead here. Weirding his time, but there's just nowhere to go. He Between Worlds too early. He tries to breed it, but Shadow just goes, cool. I'm not going to throw anything until you Between Worlds, and dies for it. There's nothing traded. That was mid lane tier 1 now under siege. All of the captive audiences proc at once. That was kind of synchronized. Jhin will appreciate the pyrotechnics. Turn around. Between Worlds not going to work. A setup hit before he could escape. Slicing Maelstrom after. Yes, you got the Impale, but you still lose both your mid and your jungle. 1xN now in danger. Permafrost flash for the auto. And FPX punish in a matter of moments. Assume gets a double. And that turret falls short, but FPX are swift on the punish. 4 dead. And this mid lane tier 1 will surely be the next trade as the Herald comes on in. TT over push and get absolutely wrecked. Shadow, what an ult. And that will surely be Atakan afterwards as well. Suddenly the gold lead is 3k. And the dragon fight coming with Atakan withdrawals available. Hoya misses an ult. That's unfortunate. Dway should be fine here. Did TT really want to play this into withdrawals? Are you sure, guys? Base 1, that's very deep. Gets an Impale to not really much end. The Slicing Maelstrom comes on down. They'll get the withdrawal out. Very least Between Worlds they go. Decent chunk back on the drain. Actually, they have made this one work okay. Problem is, Base 1 is dead, whereas the others are just withdrawals. They'll be able to come back over the match. Shadow trading one out. The Crescent Guard. Curtain Call comes on through. Different C ability. Newlands are losing your jungler for 2 withdrawals. Hoya will get the tier 1 top in trade for that. Sheer's turned up, but here come the rest of TT. Sheer, I don't think you can be there, friends. Flash away, flash forward for the Shield of Daybreak, he's dead. And a reset comes on through. Setup secures it with the passive. Tier 1 goes down. Tier 2 in mid-lane shove onto the Tier 2 in bot side. So yes, he killed off the cannon. But FPX still going to trade up here with a Tier 2 bot side. Cleanse, hang on. They got him, but we had no flash. Nicely done. Hoya, what an engage. That's huge. Can they Baron off that? They're going to try. Oh, Timber Talk. Think they found the moment they were looking for. Could prove problematic. Care looking to stack up on that side with the Q3. Goes across the veil. Does setup. Avoids the angle, but the damage is still good. They get Kennen though in trade. Care now in danger. Hops back in. Tries to get a Q3. Flashes out to safety. Massive Magnet Storm. Shadow into the backside. The damage so desperately much as they are doing as much as they can. Hoya though, with all of the Omnivamp, will begin to heal his way on through. Drake can step to the beat. Can they get towards Shadow? They couldn't do the Baron. Trying to get a slow with the upheaval. Dragon coming up in 5 seconds. Respawn's coming on. Resets coming on through. Can we interrupt the Skarner back? Hang on. This could be really significant. Going to interrupt it. And Jin's now going to come on up. Can maybe make this a bit more of an ugly fight. Deadly Flourish just out of range. But it means Base One's not been able to reset. Sheer and Dway on a good flank angle. 1xN in serious danger here. Needs to not stand there. Here we go. Dway looking for that Magnet Storm angle. Feather. Body blocks now. Sheer still not found that way in. Now they're looking to get damage onto the pit. 3k HP. Hoya can get in there. Base runs also in. Impale in the pit. Means damage as they keep on going down. Taken by the side of Shadow and FPX. The trade back is huge as FPX unleash all of their ultimates. Hoya trying to Drake step his way, but gets permafrosted. Shoot shields with a repudiation. Gets a double of his own. Setup gets more. They kill off 3. Hoya. What insane work at the back end of it all. But Shadow and Care survive. They need to TP in. I wonder whether you could have allowed that one to complete. Still comes on through. Hoya needs to back away. Shadow now here with the side of that Yone. Trying to get the shutdown. Does so. Big kill. Remove 3 Barons. Can make it a 3 for 3 in the... Beitwan behind, though. Can look for an angle. It's going to be a known quantity. They've got decent wards here. Trying to hold on with this Baron on 2 members. Can they find a decent angle? Not really as yet. And actually pulling back onto Shadow, onto Dway, who's now in danger. Magnet Storms himself. To what end? He's dead between worlds now. Comes on through. Hoya with the perfect execution. Sheer tries to turn it around and will at least get something. Fate sealed is brutal, but they can't quite get as many kills as they're hoping. Jin, though, unleashing at the back end of it. All the curtains are called. They've got Baron. Can they get the whole damn squad? Not quite. Beitwan survives. Deadly Flourish. Not going to get enough onto Base 1, but that does mean another 3 for 4 this time. And the damage of Baron means I think they could shove for at least an inhibitor here. With 30 seconds on setup, can they try to end the game? They can look for quite a lot here. Base 1's going to be very tank. I think the wiser course of action on the Jin gets to absolutely unload. Curtain call afterwards, they can keep chasing. Back towards the pit we go. Live is Sheer once again with a slicing maelstrom. But this time Hoya not really touched. Gets knocked up by the 3-part Mortal Steel. Perfect execution. Shine. Assume low this time. Setup can kill him. Jin's finally taken care of. On the other side, the fight's going FPX's way. Setup across the veil. Being run at. Waiting for the slow. Sheer in danger. Setup trying to dance away around, but Shadow is so damn tanky. Golden, but that only buys moments. Buy time. Because look in the mid lane. Care is shoving. And Beitwan will not be able to recall. They're going to end the game with the teleports. Sheer survived. And yes, you killed the Jin. But he's the only member that dies. And now Thunder Talk will be looking at this game and shaking their heads. It's been messy. 54 kills in 34 minutes. But surely the game ends here. 18 seconds on 1xN. Can Feather buy time? He's going to try. But I think there's just too much damage. There will be too much structural damage, and Fun Plus Phoenix will be taking us to a game 3. It was insanity, but it is done. Up my volume and stuff. So basically, here's where we're at. 1xM gone for the Jinx Lulu combo. It's dangerous. It's powerful. Can do a lot of work. If you get to the point where it's valuable. You've got decent front line with the Poppy, with the Scion, even with the Talia to buy some space. That's the idea, but 1x's getting jumped on. Just about goes down. Ashe Renata does Ashe Renata things. Because the other side of the lane will have the Galio and the Renata coming on in. The only thing I'll say is that TT aren't obligated to actually dive on in. You can play with Jinx and Talia range. And then you're kind of forced to use the Galio very aggressively with the Viego. Hoya, decimating smash, gets a knock-up. I think he still just dies here to the EQ and does. Sorry, WQ. Alright, quite a new follow the LPL. Could you give some more insights on TT and FPX? Absolutely. So, we're going to have that conversation after this. Because another 2v2 kill. Oh, 1xN and Feather. What on earth has happened? Beitwan's down behind. I don't actually think they killed this, though, because Assume's still absolutely lethal. Oh, what a disaster. I mean, bot lane is over. Tien, who's over, obviously having quite a good time of his own, over on top esports, and, you know, going through this big old roster of very, very talented players. And then basically... Coming over. No, he's not, because of course, as the big damage comes on down. Of course it's not top esports, because... Of course it's not top. What am I talking about? I'm having a senior moment. Because that's Kanavi. They beat BLG in a best of 5. They go into the upper bracket and we're going, man, Thunder Talk finally turning up. They're doing it without Yukal. That's kind of crazy setup. This kind of LCK dropout is looking pretty hot as well. Post to kind of mid-game point, assuming the snowball isn't fantastic. Weavers will split the play. Assume knocked out. Jway. Now not in a great position, and that just means the Herald goes the way of Thunder Talk. Nice little re-engage from Thunder Talk to get into the pit. Re-entry. Probably is a better way of doing that one. No cleanse is going to be quite hard. I agree that is going to be tricky. I think a Mikhail's will be a valuable pickup for Feather at some point. Or a redemption. Nice shot back. But as I said, I think composition the FPX in a very weird spot this time around. Rocket. How's the aim? Oh, got body blocked around the dragon. Oops. Of course, Beitwan back in the day, reminder, was on Fun Plus Phoenix. He was on their academy team for years and years. Slightly ironic. It was a pretty solid showing down there in the LDL. Chinese dual ownership of the regions. Arrow. Eaten up by Beitwan. Actually needs to be a bit wary here. Gets healed. Throws down the Steadfast Presence. Care gets a taunt, but to what end? Jway flashing got in for the hostile takeover. Doesn't quite get as much as he was hoping for. And 1xN still free firing with the shields. FPX have to back away. Jway went really aggro there. But a flash heal. Enough to keep Feather alive, and they will claim that turret. Resets need to come on through. As Hoya trying to deal with the Narshov. A Hurricane and the Yuntal Wild Arrows into a very short-range team. Get that turret topside finally, but hey, they'll take the dragon and break the soul. You see Poppy's little really bobby run when she's got phase rush running? It's hilarious. Well, that means Hoya's going to get this tier 1 top. 1xN building towards that Lord Dom's regard. This Jinx is getting scary now. Care around. Is he going to be caught out here? Quite. Shadow also here. Rough idea where the Viego's coming from. Hang on, this is going to be a lot of people coming around. The arrow does land onto the Jinx and gets Mikhail. Turn around, Beitwan's in danger, goes down, that's the jungler dead! Way too deep. Now TT in danger, will just about miss that seismic shove, Shadow has to ult away. Damage still pretty heavy, and they burn quite a lot to get this to happen. Do TT still want the play? They're thinking about it. Jway eats the rocket, stays alive. In the end, it's just a pick that doesn't turn into all that much, but TT, now not in mid lane to defend that turret. Care, spotted out by a good fast start alteration. Setup unravels the earth. We'll be able to defend mid tier. Dragon setup begins.
Flash on him! Heroic charge on the Shadow, who ults away, but to how long? He gets knocked up by the decimating smash, goes down to the bailout! In comes the Hero's entrance, but it's too late, the jungler's down! Base one traded, but look at 1xN! He's free firing, it's so damn excited! Wait, cannot find a hostile takeover in time! 1xN is too quick to the punch, shut back on the Sheer, who's got a Meganar, but nowhere to run. Flashes to the other side of the Atakan, but he's a dead Dino. Zap just shy, but Setup will find the seismic shove back. Unraveled Earth is there. There's no way to hop. The Sheer is brought down. 1xN. What a glorious Jinx team fight. Shadow died. This Jinx has to die, man. The 2 Cloud Dragons behind just getting excited. Wall forces the Zoom off. Shadow has to ult away and does so. But now we've hit this point for FPX where how the hell do you kill the front line in a decent timeline? And then how do you kill the Jinx behind it? This comp required. Pulling away, looking for the fight. Handshake onto Hoya. I say Jinx doesn't need a big Guardian, just go straight BT. Yeah, well, you've got a Lulu behind you. I think BT is very valuable here, I agree. And the shield helps prevent the burst. Uh-oh, goes stunning forward. Base one very deep against the 3-man Keeper's verdict knockup. They'll get Shadow knocked down. He's surely going to bail out into nothing. Hoya finally falls, but Assume has to flash away. Setup went looking. Sheer desperately tries to hop away, but it's across the unravel. Ah, Rocket not quite enough for the Weaver's Wall coming down. Gets taunted off, but the damage is still done. Flash on forward, Setup gets another threaded volley. And FPX crumble in a phenomenal team fight. 8,000 damage done by 1xN. That's an inhibitor at the very least. Can they look to end it here? They might, you know. Care is in fact the only wave clear. He's got a Zhonya's and a Dream. He's got to try and clear this wave. That's got to try it. Base one shoves him into the wall. Gets pulled back towards the minions. Goes golden. But to what end? The minions just about surviving. Tries to clear them out. Does so. 15 seconds on Assume. I think they've just get to walk at it. Jinx with 4 items will destroy everything in her path. She has a minigun and a Dream. And Shadow is turned into a bunny rabbit by the polymorph. And TT will pull the rabbit out of the hat.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Yeah, everyone's going for it. I have opinions on it. We're going to go onto this dragon. No one's really roaming up. On is just going to make sure that Mako can't interrupt anything more than is necessary. Early dragon taken. Wei holding his nerve, saying, "Okay, you don't have a Xin Zhao behind you. This is fine." Gets the dragon, gets out.
The punch is a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a Q on someone, you get the auto reset, and then that's your attack speed and the shred done. Wei towards bot side. No one helping the Shy out right now. Has level 6. So does Bin. It's a good lockdown, but it's hard to take out Renekton even a 1v2.
Breaks the Repudiation Shield. Public Execution lands. There's a Dominance after. Wei trying to find a way on him, but he's going to wait for the Shy. He's got a Q going to wait available to it. The Shy's going, yep, no, I want this wave. I know I'm dead. That's hilarious. Good man. Yeah, he's actually somebody way.
But he's buying time. Hang on. This is such a bounce move. He might even kill back.
Oh, wait, he got the kill! He got the kill!
The Shy gets the kill in a 1v3. If Baus doesn't know who he is. On spots at JJ on this top side, but that's a big moment for the Shy. Gets an individual lead out of that and buys time for everyone else. That being said, JJ, caught out on this top side, would have liked to go into the enemy top side jungle, knowing that the other side had been delayed on the bot side of the map. Now that's not going to happen. Wait, does have ult.
And that's a big chunk on a JJ and straight down into the dirt. The cease and desist comes on through, and they will ensure that Xin Zhao is punished for re-invading on the blue buff with no vision.
I feel so bad for the Shy. The reason he went for that play on bot side is because he could delay the play on top side and allow JJ at that camp steal. Now he goes in, gets that Q combo through.
They're going to get knocked up, but so is Gala. Trying to find a way inside. The bullet time is solid. They kill off that Vi who had no ult with the wherewithal, now in danger as well.
Rookie!
Run with Rookie popping off, gets a reset on the ult, but now Mako in danger. Grand entrance over the wall, but again he finds himself jumping into a shallow grave.
Six kills in under. Can one-shot champions like these.
during the 3, but doing a decent job in terms of farming. The Shy in danger, has got a dominance, but no flash. Teleport, trying to buy enough time, but I think he's just being knocked around too much. He can't get that much healing down with the Ignite in as well. Now Rookie is very deep, but a good flash will get a charm onto On, who immediately ults to cleanse it. Unbreakable Will now running. Try to get some work out. Mako finds a way to go and get in with the quickness, keeping them in the bullet time. Double flashes to safety. Rookie will have another charm available. Flashing to try and get the kills as they get the pulverize. Still getting the kills. The Crescent Guard knocks people back out from under the tower in safety. Way in danger. They can't quite get the kill. Rookie had his ult time out. And Bin is coming now as well. Watch how much he can do.
He can put down that E and flash out and leave things a little bit more easy. Choose to commit a little bit further. In fairness, they actually outplayed pretty damn heavily under the tower. I think then Bin probably should have stayed topside as well. Get some plates there.
6 stacks on the Dark Seal for the RE. 4-0-1 is this misfortune. That's good news for the side of Invictus game. On the other side, though, this fight, pretty good spot herself. The problem is it's still IG. You get more of the plates. Will likely get this turret first of all, so that will be the feats of strength secured by Invictus Gaming.
So that's the extra bonus. Great trade from Bin. Doesn't want to give up too much of a trade after this. Trade puts it into the shield, though. Bin winning out in the side lane, which means that he has the advantage now if he teleports directly from bot lane to the plane.
The idea is looking pretty damn good.
Way's heading to the bot. I wonder if they're trying to catch out the Shy again. Goes for the ult. Yeah, they're looking for extended play. Here comes Way.
I think execution comes on down. There's a dominance. They're going to look for the season to assist. The healing's not bad, but it's still so much CC. There'll be more to work with. The big Q flash away, staying alive for now. Vault Breaker is missed. It's now stuck under the turret, trying to find the autos. Can't do it. And the Shy gets out alive. And that means for the jungler on the other side of the map, IG should just have Herald.
Where there's a will, apparently there's a way out for the Shy as he outplays that player and dodges that last Q. They give up the Herald for it. BLG wanted to play the map and open up a bot lane tower. Bin had traded so well into the Shy. Way just had to hit his goddamn last Q. Can't do it from that slippery snake in the bot side. Shy walks down to that. Forced out a flash. Knight unassisted. Manages to get a threat onto Jet. But IG pull ahead in terms of the objective trade. They get the Herald and they get the Dragon.
Massive moment. You just get the flash. Actually, the Shy's going to try and interrupt him better. Oh, Bin stopped. Oh my days, you can't do that. Will not have an ult, but gets the stun regardless. Looking for the empowered Q. And backs away. There was still a little bit of danger in terms of who else might be in the jungle, but it's another delay on that back from Bin.
Yeah, of course, with no flash on the Shy, he wouldn't be able to do it alone, but Bin doesn't have the information to know whether he is alone at that point, so yes, every right to be spooked there. Almost 1,000 gold head. The Shy is playing so well to soak up as much attention as possible. This is a style of play which I think veteran players fall more and more into. They're going towards it again. Now, this might be too far. Last time you did this, there were objectives on the map. He has dominance coming up. He will clear the wave, so at least he's not going to be losing that. He will be dying for this wave, though. Goodbye, Shy.
He is trying his very best. Everyone's clapping in the audience. They know what's happening. Let's go kill the crocodile. Slices, dices. But will find no respite. I suspect he's healing and buying a lot of time. All the while Rookie is at least topside of the
Well, no, this is the thing. It's actually a double lane push. So what we're saying, oh, there's no objectives up. It doesn't mean they don't get use of it. They get a gold lead across the map because they get the inner turret, the outer turret and top of mid, and they get the Herald maybe in spot lane. No, not quite. Didn't get the angle. But still, IG using the fact that the Shy buys so much time, they can get free time on the map.
Oh, well, the Shy buys his death. Well, still 1,000 gold up despite being 1 and 3.
Someone cut it into a tape, show it to Baus. This guy's been doing it like you for so long.
You've been doing it like him. There's On, eating a lot of damage. Bullet time forces the ult. Cease and desist will put Mako into danger. Dies to the turret. Now waves the danger. Charm goes wide. We'll still make it a 1-for-1.
1-for-1. Double ults used by the bot lane and a heal used by Mako as well.
The turret range and then cease and desist into the vaunted Rakam ability leads to very little there. Alright then, Knight gonna shove up towards this tier 1, finally claim that one you have to feel for the side of Billy Gaming. Down 2 turrets after this one goes down still, so from that map control, not fantastic right now for BLG.
I will say be nasty.
The F-Zone now, right?
Which is close towards that Infinity Edge. So, Gala, Elk, Knight, they are all very, very strong heading into this next fight. Almost at the Rod of Ages breakpoint for Rookie as well, so he'll be a level ahead of where he is in the next minute. He'll be getting that free XP up there. Dragon in a minute 20. And we might see our first group fight of the game, actually. I mean, besides that bot lane frackers, which happened earlier.
Spoke about it, Rookie just went up to level 14. He's going to get jumped on. Of course, he's pretty tanky at this point, but he's not going to be tanky enough to survive that. You think flashes out, though, and stays alive for a moment. But of course, they still lose Mako. Nice all-in from BLG.
Great stuff. Rookie does get out with his life, protects his stacks, but the problem with this build is your ult cooldown is much higher compared to the Malignance build. It's a quick play from BLG. Does mean that the Shy won't get as much free time on this top turret. He still take down... Well, actually, how much is he going to get out of this? Might have to force his ult from this. He's just used his E. He's just used all of his cooldowns. So he has ult, he has flash. Is that going to be enough to save him?
Dominus gets some time. He's got Shojin in the clip, so a lot of turnaround. Flashes away from the Q. We'll have Slice Dice. There's Conqueror stack. Thanks to Dominus. Can now start to turn it around as the True Shot Rise lands on in and finally falls. Way picks it up.
Yeah, this is the problem now. So BLG, hang on, Knight just got hit from that in the brush. Very nearly combos Gala from out of vision. Atacon being forced. Remember, this is not the GA version. BLG might just say, look, we give this over. That being said, Knight does have a lot of shredded resist targets to go towards with a free combo, and BLG roaming down. IG, I think they're rightfully quite afraid, because Bin could teleport in and force a 4v5 quite quickly. They couldn't kill the Atacon quick enough.
Not quite enough damage there, unfortunately. So it ends up being both solo laners and Invictus Gaming falling there, and
Solero, where's that going? Going to JJ, he has flash.
Think about finding his way over, he's stuck on the Unraveled Earth, knocked up and knocked down, surely as Lazarus comes across. Look at Rookie though, trying to find the charm. Knight in danger, staying alive. Rookie is stunned, finally gets over the wall, but Bin is TP'd in. Rookie now split off from his team, gets back over the wall, but Knight is there and waiting. Down goes the Fox Girl.
The rock splats the Fox. Dragon taken for BLG. Atacon stopped, and I think the game starts falling apart here from now. We said 2 items is where IG still kind of maintain a good hold in this game. But in terms of recklessly towards Gala, pop the stasis if the bullet time turns back around on them. That might win them a fight. Bin. Now it's his turn to be alone on one side of the map. Jed is going to walk forwards. They have a potential plan to go forwards. Waco can E and then W forwards.
There we go, there's the Audacious charge, looks to get the slow. 3 Talons striking Wings become lightning again, looking for the pick, can't quite get it. Bin finally beginning to dash away a little bit further, goes back into the play, and now the Weaver's wall's coming, but it's a good charm. It means Bin surely falls. Redemption comes across. The healing though from Bin keeps him alive for so damn long. Rookie with a couple ult charges, but nowhere really to run. Finally gets a chance to go on forwards as they do bring down the Vi. Double kill to Rookie. JJ gets caught on the Unraveled Earth though, makes it an even 2-for-2 trade. Rookie at next to no HP will need to teleport back in.
On gets the stun there. Remember this Renekton, not actually fantastic without that flash. Elk is going to do so much work here. He's just going to run over the fight.
Just stopped. He doesn't keep it going. Ends up in a difficult position. Gala now running away. Shy trying to slice away, but I don't know how much this dice roll will matter. Auto WQ is enough from Elk to bring down the Crocodile. How did Gala cancel his own ult?
I think he was just afraid. I think he was afraid maybe of a play coming in from a flash to Lear. We'll have to watch back the replay. Didn't see the micro of it, but BLG start to pull ahead. They'll take down the mid lane out of turret. It will become a gold lead for them for first time this game, question mark. Been hard to track that one. It's been close all the way through. And it really does feel like beyond the 2 items, BLG teleporting in. Rookie's teleporting in. Where is his angle going? In behind the team. No secondary angle right now. That's a problem because it's a level 11 Alistair. Knights hidden in that brush, out of control ward, holding off one of these angles. Both carry some IG on one side of the fight. That's a problem. You don't want both your Ara carries in the same side. Dragon's going down very quickly. They're not even going to be able to contest. It's gone.
Can they find the fight after he goes away, looking for an angle, but finds a 1v1 with JJ. The rest of BLG now looking to come on over. The Weaver's wall comes on down. Charm just shot. Maker misses again, but so does the public execution.
It was the E from Talir, stops the engage, and IG are left out of position. The Shy is left out of position and turned into a handbag.
Yes, that's another bit of clothing for the wardrobe. Away from that one. When Riot Games are we doing a collaboration with some bag makers for an excellent team handbag?
Right.
Enough.
All of these champions who are all auto weavers at points. I suppose besides the Talia, really, and everyone else really does that. Even the Alistair for his E combo with the trample. Speaking of that, left line right now has his ult, so he's actually safe to do this, and he can turn around for a combo now. That's actually a little scary.
On's got to walk in a straight line now. She goes looking for a play, but JJ now finds the Crescent Guard push back. Charm lands. Bullet time after it's brutal. They've killed off Elk. He's dead. They've got the Ezreal. Ari beginning to reset. Gets on top of Knight, who tries to get the Unraveled Earth down, but it's too close. There's no Earth to unravel, but the birth you're digging up for your own grave. We head towards Baron, and IG looking for more.
Ray's caught out as well. Is he been seen? IG might have found the play which turns the game. Elk and On make a disastrous mistake. Even with the Alistair ultimate, they can't keep themselves alive. And now it is On Way alone. Is he around? No, he's backed. He's not going. And now Knight has all the pages torn out of his book.
Boy.
Rookie has 10 in his. We did say Magic Die's best item for Ari in the game. Gives you a bunch of ability to snowball, gives you move speed, which allows you to chase down for charms. Suddenly IG, despite us thinking, well, you know, beyond 2 items, it's a problem for them. They find that opening. No game is completely done just by draft, folks. Especially in games like this. With the Baron push coming in, the gold very much in their favor now. Swung around about. a lot. BLG now left on the back foot.
Gala 505 with 4 items done, expensive items on this Misfortune. No one tanks the MF ult this game. You look at the Ahri as well at those 4 items. Yeah, she's gone for a bruiser build, but she can really keep rolling. As maybe though a big engage on Zervako means he just dies. This Rakan consistently picked up again.
Yeah, this happened the last time Mako played the Rakan too.
It's IG with control in the river with all of the wards tonight. Another charm from Rookie. Decent long plays with the Leandry's build here as well, so can look to just keep finding incremental moments. Dragon started.
Going down to half HP. BLG, can they find another angle? The Shy has flash, is on an angle.
Way spotted out. Wall comes on down, not the best ever, but it's meant the Gala's caught under the back of the pit. They all go diving on in, but Gala flashed out to the back of it. Way looking to get on top of anyone else.
Gala's down!
And Gala is down 1,000 gold, but Way's not in the pit. They've got the dragon, they've got the Ambessa. Now On's in danger too. They bring him down. They killed off Gala, but still lose 2 and still lose the dragon.
It's not Soul for IG. It's well, it's not even in the kills. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. Knight. 2,000 gold behind Rookie, picked up both of those kills in the last play. 8, 1, and 5 on the Ahri. One of my favorite Ahri players in the world. He's such a powerful build, and he's going forward again. Way caught out, has no flash, has an ult, but all he is food for the carrion crows.
Nice work. Rookie finds another pick. That's JJ who gets the kill confirmed as well. 20 stacks now in the book.
This Ahri Dragon, which will be sold for each of these teams, spawns Baron is alive. Now IG have vision control pretty much across all of the important parts of the Rift. They have to use the Ezreal ult to check brushes like this. They will spot 2 people moving that. They don't see the Ahri, which is kind of spooky at this point. Ahri is actually at a point where she can one-shot.
Looking for something here on Hextech flashes the other way.
Go.
This is on the Gala, knocks aside people as Knight's looking for the engage, but the quickness prevents the easy follow-up. Way's now in danger. Public execution on the backside from Bin, but there's a redemption healing everyone back up. IG still all standing. Bin going the other direction. Charm onto Elk, immediately scimitars to get the way out to safety. Gala gets Bin. Bullet time after. Ensures so much damage and the burn is there.
Elk
finding an angle, trying to get the guy around Earth as well. They do pick off Gala on the Misfortune. The damage from that Ezreal so heavy. The Raptors bought so much space. Elk got body blocked by
Ahri
Raptors.
is in full flight. We do have Guardian Angel on Gala. That is the most important item on the Rift now, because this Gala at 6 and 2 is so strong. Mako caught out. Here comes the Weaver's Wall again. Do they have enough summoners? I don't know. Here comes Knight.
Knight has gone so deep. He's dead.
Knight's just gone way too deep, and that's one of the carries down. It's on Elk. He cleanses away, and they have to reset the fight, but without their mid laner with 20 seconds on Dragon. I don't know if they knew that IG were all around the corner.
It all goes wrong, and now hang on, they're turning it around to the Shy, who's getting a public execution, but Mako gets a grand entrance and knocks them all up. They finally brought the Shy down. What about the turnaround damage? Locket shield is good. Bullet time onto On. Even with the unbreakable will is breakable enough. They're trying to run to Bin, but on the side, Garlet in a 1v1 with Alkin. He's losing. Needs to get away. Has got the GA. Popped down. The rest of IG have left the Misfortune out to die. Here comes IG, trying to buy some taste. The battle! Elk is doing his best work. He gets knocked about the 3 talent dragon Bin coming on over as well. They continue to keep on bouncing. Elk is the mightiest creature in the forest.
Turning Invictus Gaming into Invictus Roadkill. Elk's horns are so damn sharp. They will take the Hextech Soul and get ahead in this game.
I can't believe it. They all went running after Bin. And Elk just jumps Gala.
Rookie even has from his team in this series of events. Great, but Ezreal ult charged up while the revive is coming through. And we're going to fight on top side. The Shy, not looking too healthy there.
And there's a Hextech Soul and a Baron to IG's team. Oh my god, Elk!
17,000 damage team fight from Elk. I have never seen damage numbers in a team fight that high.
That's got to be edging on a world record.
That might be a world record from the games which I've seen. It is hard to beat that.
17,000 damage in a single team fight. That is insane.
That is
but on towards, trying to go pick up the charm, but again, QSS there, Arcane Shift away.
Rookie's ult is down. It's level 18. It's lower cooldown than it was, but still. That's a cooldown which Rookie won't have for the next while. Gets another charm.
Will now ult as well. That's 2 big cleanses out of the bar.
When I saw it just from the cleanse, I thought, well, all right, maybe not great if there's another fight force. With the Alistair ult now, it's a problem. Bin doesn't have flash. This could be an issue.
He gets into a 1v4, will die. Taken out, even with the Hex ult. On the other side, they're trying to break into the inhibitors. They will get the inhibitor turret, but nothing more.
BLG not cleanly pushing with this Baron. Still up plus 3k. Get some control across the map. They have far better wards now than they've had for the entirety of the rest of this game. I
It was
am...
just turned into him. He sold boots.
Ezreal sold boots and got a GA. Gala has sold GA and got a Seekers, so he has a stasis for the last fight. Both these AD carries know if they get a clean team fight, that could be it. Could shove onto JJ.
He's in danger, puts the Crescent Guard down, stays alive, but that is the ultimate broken. Stays alive. Well-timed Elk as the Crescent Guard dies to nearly kill off JJ.
Nasty stuff. That Hextech Salt, giving that chain lightning through the wave, is so nasty. Rookie gets a charm, but because of the pathing, doesn't go towards the base gates and goes out of the queue. Second inhibitor down. Let's go a little while until objectives are up. BLG with that Hextech and with the range on the Hextech, threatening to pick off IG just in these. And I really want to say this, folks. The Shire's 1-8. He did his job. He was meant to buy time in the early game and give chance IG to snowball the rest of the map. I think he's done his job. This is a good 1-8 for what happened in the early game. Problem was, the rest of the team, I don't think held up the end of the bargain and ended up somehow not quite holding on to that lean through the mid game. It has been way back and forth. It's very hard to put BLG to the sword, as IG have sadly found out. And now the Shire's in a point where, yeah, he's a late game Renekton with a lot of items, but it's just not the same. And Mako is caught out.
Oh boy, Mako pulls away, stays alive this time, hits important. And again, Shy, the early game deaths were great, but as the mid game went on, we started to get worried about Mako dying, about the Shy dying, and nothing coming out of
IG can still win a fight. Good enough bullet time. Good enough Zhonya's coming through from Gala as well. You have that Seekers in inventory. Out jumps forwards. That Hextech looks so scary.
44 kills in 45 minutes. How we on that number? Before at about 42 minutes, we just had a quiet breather, which I've liked. I've needed it. It's been a long day. We get longer still. 3 seconds on the Elder. BLG are the ones in position.
See that Knight? Knight was actually scared of the vision there. Great pickup onto JJ. Ult forced.
Does get the ult down, but does it matter? Gets a lot of healing redemption back. Now they get the charm onto the back line, trying to get onto Bin, who will not die, has a GA of his own. Turns it around with a public execution. They've got so much damage. JJ finally got the next thing on the out. As Gala is dead, lightning crashes. And Billy Gaming will ensure that their namesake is true. Railgun through the back line of IG.
BLG find the picks onto IG as they try to contest the Elder. It won't even get taken. Rookie going to just have to run back to his Nexus.
We asked for something close. We asked for a brawl. 2 of our very best teams in the region going all out to win the game. We got it. It delivered. And it's BLG that come out just on top in game 1. And what do you know, guys? We're blessed. We get another round of this yet.
First Nexus falls in favor of Billy Gaming. They won the 1v. Shield of Daybreak coming in afterwards. BLG, normally I'd say this is more consistent engage, but with Pantheon and Leona on the other side, not always the case. IG...
HP damage where, like, she's got deceptively high damage from it as well.
Oh, something like... Well, that's when you go for Leandri's.
Yeah.
Hang on. Knight's getting good damage here. Flashback.
And Knight's in danger. The shield fall over the good Valkyrie, though. Still not going to be enough. The H still comes on through and gives enough move speed. Knight flashing out to safety. The Comet Spear just wide, but Mako's there. Looking for the Shield of Daybreak. Allows an accelerated shot blast to bring down the Corki way. Goes looking as he watch out, eats forward, but will eat a shield. I think Mako's
There's a flashman on. There's a flashman on. Can they do anything with that? Rookie, if they can stop the resets, maybe get something. Here comes the Scion. The train coming through, but not going to get the angle.
Rookie trying to get on out, gets enough speed. They're trying to find an angle. Still on, hits a wall. Dredge line of the miss.
Oh, turn the TV off.
With the Valkyrie. He just assault, gets some speed. You think, oh, Knight's gotten out of here, but Mako on the roam. Helps set that one up. We're back to live, though, as there's an incoming on Star falling. Nelk has to flash away. Now away, got a Lilting Lullaby, the shield ball over the wall puts the Lilia in danger, flashes away, will Lilting Lullaby, but well buffered through, honestly, by the Leona in trade, but Mako now in danger as the arrow, you're right, is fantastic. Between worlds goes the Shy, and they will still go 1-for-1, supports both. Trader JJ in danger has been doing a lot of work. Way still alive, the Shy trying to get some orders, goes across the veil. Mecha Inferno Bomb makes Way's life absolutely hellish as JJ in danger, trying to buy some time. Where is the Aegis Assault? Gets a massive Mortal Will option, has been just alive. From Elk! Elk just fights the blind arrow, that's wild. Keeps us in a very interesting game. So IG, though, with the slight gold lead, of course, and they do get that mark of martial mastery, which is nice towards the feats of strength. So, Dragon now to match the grubs that BLG got earlier. Could be a big deal, of course, when you're into a Ziggs, giving up grubs to Ziggs.
Oh, hook lands onto Mako, has that flash, but has to flash away from the Varus ultimate. One's going to be down as Dragon is started by IG. Knight around the corner. Fairly strong here, actually, the level 8 on the core key. I think IG needs to be a little bit afraid here.
8 seconds on Lilting Lullaby. Hook goes wide. That's another flash blown as Gala had to burn his. Into the backline goes Mako. The Mega Inferno Bomb makes Elk's life absolutely hell. They keep jumping for more. Will bring down Elk. Lilting Lullaby.
Here comes Sion.
In comes Sion. The damage is massive as they bring down the jungle and support. On is beating up Gala as well. And BLG just come away with more.
On hooks Gala back in for another round as BLG continue the fight in mid lane. Way and Knight have a lot of damage. Rookie jumps forward trying to disengage the play, but he might have put himself into the death chamber. Decimating smash goes forwards. A Rookie goes down. No, he lives.
Looming blows in the dream, just not quite enough. The Shy still under tower. He's trying to clear the wave. Why is he still here? Can he get a shock blast onto Knight? Wait for it.
Chooses not to, but Pantheon goes in instead. Jeje has flash. Can he find anyone?
Can you see the Sion recalling? Throws the Combat Sphere, forces the retreat on that one, does not get the reset. Flashing, just with the hook! Now he's in danger himself as Mako go looking forward with the satisfy of the action. Just keeps rolling. Knight doesn't want to leave the play, can start to throw frost bombs over the wall, but On now in danger. Flash away. Where is Mako? Elk's also here. Hook back, and the violence continues until morale improves. Teleport in from Bin. Welcome to the garbage dump, folks. Everyone's going in the trash. Sion is here, and the violence is still going to go to Mr. Decimating Smash, and he'll to blast code out to safety.
BLG take down tower so easily. It's a problem. Pantheon ult comes in onto Elk, has cleanse, has flash, can maybe get out.
Into corruption used. Mako is the one target on that. Ult for ult in the grand scheme of things. Dredgestein lands though as On has just been heat-seeking today. H still comes on through into the depth charge across 2. And JJ on the Sion coming on up. Rookie gets 1. The damage back is brutal. Solar Flare onto 1. Does some damage on the Knight. Gets to the sky, to the wind. He comes on through and Rookie gets another. Flash over the wall away is now in danger as well. The Lilia deer hunting season. Burned out. Triple kill for Rookie. Bin gets 1 back. But now he's in a 1 versus 3. The Shy trying to burn him down. Sion, roar of the Slayer he might have, but he may well just be slain. Weirding comes on through. Shield of Daybreak. My god, he's tanky as Mako is in danger. Surely they just kill him now as they take a few skill shots. He's under the tower. Finally, the Weirding brings him low.
Bin doesn't stick around for the passive. I won. Alright. And I do see some comments in chat. I just wanted to let you know I posted the right thing that was just removed. Teleport down into that bot side. This is onto a regular ward. Rookie might not see this. Bin is very, very tanky. Knight jumps in. Bin tanks the aggro, and Rookie does not have summoners. Bin will survive under the tower and uses the tankiness of the Sion to make sure the dive. How about we take a tower, which is what they do. They end up taking this. The 6 grubs makes it very quick. You don't have another Zigzalt to clear this wave. Sadly, it's not Season 4 from Victor's game, and we could do that for forever. Of course, Rookie won OGN Season 4 summer. And the KT Arrows, what a legendary run that was. Herald will go in towards mid lane. That will get taken down by Ziggs with the satchel. That is an important prize. Are we going to see On Hex Flash over the wall? Gala, no flash. If he gets too close to that Nautilus, that could be fight over.
Let's change the corruption into the massive decimating. Right, he's gone. Gala's out.
Bin, fantastic angle onto the Gala. Ziggs, yes, they take the turret, but Gala had no flash. BLG open up the map, and the 6 grubs start to get real value here now. You have to defend the map. Yes, you did lose that top lane and mid lane out of turrets, but BLG Dragon versus engage and versus range, it is a problem. If you're sat against that wall, dodging against swirl seeds, dodging against hooks like this, you feel pretty bad. Didn't even need a wall that time. Maker has to blow his flash early. Good damage coming through from Rookie. Blows the spell shield onto Elk again. Dragon startup down at half HP. Bin doesn't have an ult angle right now. Walks over Vision. The Shy gets some burst through. The Locky does stop some damage. Dragon still going lower.
Down 2k HP into the other side comes Bin with that unstoppable onslaught. Change it from well wide as the Shy goes across the veil very well. Ground stop on the backside as Rookie lands a massive shock flash. They're going to jump onto On, and Elk, who flashes, trying to stay alive in the Mega Inferno Bomb, burns him out. Rookie finishes the kill. He gets a second. This Jace is certainly the defender of tomorrow, or at least another game. Mako now in danger. Blast cones away. Trying to find some space. His Knight now goes Valkyrie forwards. Gala flashing in turn. Vantage just satchel to the other side. The Shy across the veil again. As Bin gets 2. This Sion is a monster. Little bunny rabbit trying to make like Monty Python and be a killer indeed. Could go across the veil. Flash on forward. The Shire. We're winning not quite enough, even with that Comet proc. Turns to grasp, trying to play somewhere around. His Bin is just on top of it. The decimating smash going to go wide. The Shy gets a step on the other side, start to burn through that passive again. Really good into the tanks if you can get through multiple rotations. But won't
be careful of those 2v2s. BLG looking to upset one of these bits on the map. Mako doesn't have flash, remember. Good combo onto Elk. He just doesn't have enough to survive here.
God, that's surely it. But we saw that the last fight as well. He buys enough time for at least BLG to get involved. The lilting lullaby back means Knight could potentially do a lot of work. They go 1-for-1 back and have been in the front line. Knock up onto JJ, trying to run on out. They will lose him too surely. 2 for 2 now. Rookie, Gala, and Mako all on the retreat as BLG do counterpunch once more.
Rookie was just hanging around on that brush. Still technically could walk a big one. I think ends thoughts of contesting in that swirl seed. Means that Gala and Mako need to be a little bit careful here now. Rookie potentially able to clear out that back end of this wave with Shock Blast. Can do so just here. But the 6 grubs might actually kill this before they can clear the wave. It does. In, outer turret gone. Bin is now just completely walking up and zoning IG away. IG feeling good about that. Way secondary carry alongside everything else. This might be a bit... Ooh, on goes into the side lane and goes melee range onto Rookie. Instant teleport back. Double teleport back. I think BLG might have gone too far here. Night caught out. Doesn't have a flash.
And he's such a key part of the damage. They finally bring down the Corki. And Atacon's right there. Mega Inferno Bomb into the bush. Gets a bit of a chunk, but not too much more. Can they do the Atacon BLG in the river first? And you've got to find your way through the likes of this Nautilus and this Scion that we've already said have been absolute monsters. Down half HP, IG now looking for the angles. The poke will be brutal. Elk's spell shield now down. Transform from the backside. Dragon secure, but the fight afterwards.
Oh, Rookie's caught. Rookie's caught.
And the Lilting Lullaby comes on through. Got hit by the Blooming Blows beforehand. And the Jace is unfortunately the defender of his own grave. Been in danger on the other side, though. Down to safety. Cowards! He yells.
Ben gets out. Unkillable status achieved. That is the 1 for none. It is not the same having Rookie in the backline on his Jace compared to the Scion. The IG continuing the fight though. Mako wanting to blast gun over the Shy flashes forwards and Mako might have an angle. Misses the Zenith Blade on. Maybe caught out. This Lilia is very, very scary though.
Trying to find some damage. That Lilia is indeed very scary. The Death Charge buys time. On still very low. Trying to kill him off with the Shy's in danger. Chase across the wide. Decimating smash to the bush. Get 3. Bin once again finds a way of vision. How has he done it so many times? The Shy is slowed down. Another decimating smash. A triple kill for Wei. And BLG on the road to a 2-0.
Infernal Forge. Infernal Furnace, whatever it is. Soul Furnace. That's the one. Ults down onto the Pantheon as he lands. Gets out safe for now.
Inferno Bomb into the shield bolt brings him low. Elk, it's just the way the Varus works. Actually, they managed to lose the Shy on the other side. There was BLG punished once more. Every time Elk's been the target, they managed to turn it around. The Zonyas comes on through, Lilting Lullaby onto Mako as they will kill off JJ2. Knight gets vengeance for his bot lane.
BLG jump back on IG as they jump on Elk. Elk has been the primary target, but as long as BLG say, right, you're going to have to expend ultimates on this guy, we're going to kill you before any of those cooldowns come back up, it has worked out in their favor. They have the 6 grubs. They'll be able to walk forwards and use them well on this inner turret. IG have, unlike the first game, been a step behind BLG the grand majority of this game. Atacon gonna get focused down there.
Big old shield. Grand Starfall into the backline again, but where is it landing? On really the only real target. Elk flashes away, Chains of Corruption land onto the Panther. He's got a GA massive knockup again as Bin's on the other side with the Lilting Lullaby coming on through. Way goes Golden, buys time. Night Valkyries over the walls. Mako needs to back away. The Mega Inferno Bomb catches a couple, but to no real avail. JJ's got a GA that means absolutely nothing. This Angel has no more advice to give aside from to give you the keys to the kingdom. St. Peter was waiting, and JJ heads up to the pearly gates.
The Angel on the shoulder has been ripped brutally off it. Left with the Devil dragging you down. BLG cleanly snowballed ahead of this game through Bin Scion. That has been the difference maker. BLG, we have asked questions about them after they lost that last split. Are they taking the LPL seriously? Are they off form? Can IG join those top teams as well on an individual and a team level? BLG say not today at least.
10, 3, and 11 is this Corki as well now. Never mind the Scion we've already seen a lot from. But let's be real, Bin, likely the MVP of this game, but Knight, not miles off. This will be Soul Point. It won't be Soul. Teams trading those dragons earlier on has kind of denied that from us, but still, with the Baron, they break 2 inhibitors, they get themselves Soul Point. BLG now burn Ziggs. Maybe that then changes how the ults are hitting. But for now, it's been there to someone's HP bar, and the tanks keep
Baron being threatened. IG, how do they approach this? Because there is range on the other side. You can tank Baron for forever with Scion if you want to. You see in the picture in picture what happened there. On, caught out, getting a lot of damage onto. We said he's fairly tanky, but not tanky enough. Good pick from IG. The Baron being started. Pantheon goes into the middle of the Plague. Has to go through the double spell shields.
Don't get the double smash. He's dead already. Mega Inferno Ball blows up Elk though, so maybe his job is done. 1 for 2 as it stands. You've lost your jungler. The Shy is just out of range of the Decimator Smash with the weirding, but Mako's just not tanky. Knight's untouched. Way's untouched. The Shy needs to go across the middle. The Gatling still hitting him. Tries to get the weirding down. Decent damage, but Knight just keeps going. Boss bomb just wide. Flashes on forward. Trying to do some more damage. As Gala is brought low and Knight don't care. Rookie's killing and Control Warden trying to clear the wave.
Well, turns out when you've got a mid-diff like this, we call it a night and day difference. 13, 3, and 12. The mid laner of BLG cleans up and BLG head to the Nexus.
Unfortunately, Rookie's left to look like his namesake. He's not even had a bad game. It's just not been Knight. It's just not been Bin. We wondered whether the Shy, whether Rookie could finally match the monuments to glory that are BLG solo laners. So far, the mountain is too high to climb, and BLG 2-0, it's dramatic, it's messy, it's a knife fight, but it's still Billy Gaming who are your victors. 2-0.
That'll end out our games here for today. BLG